IEM Dallas has just concluded. There are a bunch of juicy transfer rumours to talk to you about and a couple of interesting tournaments on the horizon. My name is Kingdems and this is HLTV Peek, the show where we bring you all of the most important news in the Counter-Strike scene. Without further ado, let's get going. IEM Dallas finished on Sunday and it was the Russian squad, Cloud9, definitely not North American, who emerged victorious, sweeping ENCE 3-0 in what was a relatively one-sided final. Their impressive run featured a victory in the quarterfinals over FaZe, the pre-tournament favourites and current #1 team in the world, and was powered by their star duo, Orpa Shiro and Rifler Axile. The latter grabbed himself an MVP award for his efforts. ENCE themselves put together an admirable run to make it all the way to the finals, with legendary Polish player Snacks standing in place of their star player Spinks. But in general, the poll impressed, particularly in the upper group final, where ENCE defeated FaZe and he topped the scoreboards across the series. Funnily enough, this was the second time this year that a team with a stand-in had made the grand final of a big event, as earlier in the year at IEM Katowice, FaZe obviously won the whole thing, with JKS standing in. Who knows, maybe 2022 is the year of the stand-in. The first season of ESL Impact also finished on Sunday, with Nigma Galaxy taking home the top honours as well as $50,000 in prize money. They bested Furia Female in the grand final in a 2-1 reverse sweep. Furia Female took a tight first map 16-14, but ultimately Nigma Galaxy proved too much for their Brazilian counterparts, comfortably taking the remaining 2 maps to run out deserved winners. Did you guys at home watch either of these events? Let us know what you thought of them down in the comments below. Moving on to talk a little bit about the post-major shuffle. In the biggest piece of news this week, NAVI CEO Alexei Kucherov came out saying that the organization was not in talks to sign Yekindar following the Rifler's departure from Virtus.pro. Instead, the CEO stated that Electronic was being considered for the in-game leader role, whilst the organization was monitoring the situation of Buster, the other member of Virtus.pro who left alongside Yekindar earlier in the month. It was rumored that NAVI were unwilling to negotiate with the Russian organization at all for the services of Yekindar, and it was expected that Buster may be released from his contract entirely. However, Virtus.pro then came out with a statement saying that no player would be leaving unless an appropriate fee was paid. So it seems like NAVI will have to look elsewhere for their 5th player. In the near future, that 5th player will be SDY. Most famously of Team Spirit and more recently of Mad Lions, the Ukrainian will be standing in for NAVI at the Blast Spring Finals in Lisbon. NAVI have stated that his long-term future will depend on his performance at that event. What do you guys and girls at home make of all of this NAVI news? You know where to let us know. In another big piece of transfer news, Swedish organisation Fnatic announced the signing of Copenhagen Flames duo Nikodos and Roy. They will join Mezzi and Krims to form the core of the new Fnatic roster. As of yet, there is no information on who their 5th man will be, but with the Pinnacle Cup Championship just around the corner, which Fnatic are partaking in, they will need to make some sort of announcement, at least in the short term, in the immediate future. As for Copenhagen Flames, they announced this week that they will be looking to move the remainder of their roster on, seeking to find new homes for Huxi, Zyphon, and Yabi. Copenhagen Flames also went on to state that they will be looking to build a brand new roster. However, they will have to do so without the services of head coach and head of esports Daniel Vorborg, who announced he would also be leaving the squad to seek fresh challenges. Whilst Copenhagen Flames have most certainly done impressive things on a tight budget, providing something of a Moneyball model for CSGO, it remains to be seen whether they can build a brand new successful roster without any of the pieces of the previous one and without a key component of the previous builds in the form of Vorborg. Let us know how you think Flames will do in the future down below. As we cross that big old ocean to take a look at some Brazilian news, It was reported this week that coldzera is looking to copy Fallen's homework in seeking to reunite with an ex-teammate in the form of Taco. It has been reported that 00Nation are looking to sign the majority of the GODSENT roster, in the process reuniting 2 members of that legendary Brazilian core that won 2 majors. The members of GODSENT that would be included in that deal alongside Taco are Lato, Bartan and Dumal, alongside coaching staff Chucky and Alan Diego. That would leave VSM, Tri and Mulb MD on the bench for 00Nation, and it would leave Henny as the only remaining member of GODSENT. Neither GODSENT or 00Nation have had a great start to the year, so it is not surprising to see that both organizations are looking to make changes. However, it remains to be seen whether coldzera can win another 2 majors, baiting Taco to death. Quite literally. What do you guys think? Will these 2 recapture Old Glory? And elsewhere in the post-major shuffle, Norbert and Fame have joined Virtus Pro. That rumor that we brought you last week from Overdrive was confirmed by the organization this week. EG have also officially announced the signings of Party Astronauts and Carpe Diem. We brought you that rumor a few weeks back, and they have said they are seeking to create a fluid 15-man roster. Australian organisation Order have signed the Renegades roster, the most successful and dominant team in the Oceanic region for the past few years. Luken of 9Z has become a free agent, leaving the Argentinian squad in the wake of the RMR. And Portuguese squad SOAR have moved Stadodo, Arki and VTS to the bench as they seek to restructure after a period of stagnation. And in our final piece of news, the Global Esports Tour Dubai and the Pinnacle Cup Championships will both be starting this week. The team lists can be found here. For the audience at home, who do you think is going to win these 2 events? Remember, let us know in the comments below. And that is it from this week's episode of HLTV Peek. Remember to get all of the latest CSGO news as it happens. Head over to hltv.org and repeat in a week for a new episode. Until then, I'll see you next time.